You know that feeling. You just walked away from a date, maybe even an incredible one. You're wired. You're smiling. Your heart is still racing from that last moment when she looked at you, and you could feel the connection crackling in the air between you. And before your keys are even out of your pocket, your thumb is itching to send that text. I had a great time. You want to know right now that she felt it too. You want the confirmation. You need it. Stop it. Just stop. Put the phone down. Step away from the device. I'm telling you, right now, you are about to make the single biggest mistake in modern dating. Because here's the cold, hard reality that nobody wants to tell you. When you text her immediately after the date, a woman doesn't read that as, oh, he's so interested and sweet. She doesn't think, wow, what a gentleman for letting me know he cares. Number. She reads it as, this guy is desperate for my validation. This guy needs me to make him feel good about himself. You're walking headfirst into what I call the instant validation trap. You're seeking an immediate emotional payout because you're emotionally tied to the outcome of that date. You're telling her subconsciously that her reaction dictates your happiness, your mood, your entire emotional state for the evening. And when you do that, you instantly, dramatically, catastrophically lower your perceived value. No woman, and I mean no woman, is attracted to a man who hands his power over so easily, so quickly, so desperately. Today, we are stripping away the myths and revealing the true secret behind the so-called 3-day rule. It's not a silly game invented by some pickup artist in a basement. It's not outdated advice from your grandfather's era. It's an essential tool rooted in human psychology that triggers what I call the cycle of unknown in a woman's mind. It's the silent weapon used by every genuinely high value man to maintain his own frame and drive a woman's desire to levels she didn't even know were possible. If you're ready to finally stop chasing and start making her wonder about you, if you're ready to take back your power and become the prize instead of the pursuer, I need you to commit right now. Like this video, hit that subscribe button, and type in the comments right now. I know how to wait. Let me see who's serious about changing their dating life forever. Let me destroy a misconception right off the bat. Forget the idea that this is just a childish, manipulative tactic. That's the excuse guys use who are too weak to handle their own desire, too undisciplined to control their impulses. The 3-day rule is a psychological boundary you put up, and it works because it aligns with fundamental human principles of attraction, desire, and value that have existed since the beginning of human civilization. It's a tool for managing your desire first, which then forces her investment. It's about you controlling you, and that control becoming magnetically attractive. Let's break down the 3 undeniable psychological mechanisms at work here, and I'm going to go deep so you understand exactly what's happening in her mind. Mechanism 1, the power of uncertainty and mental investment. Think about how her night ends after your date. She gets home, maybe she's replaying moments in her mind, maybe she's thinking about that joke you made or the way you looked at her. And if you text her right away, BAM, you confirm everything. The mystery is solved. You liked her, you're available, you're interested, and the ball is officially in her court. You've killed the delicious, necessary tension that makes attraction grow. But when you wait, you engage the most powerful switch in her mind: uncertainty. Here's what most men don't understand about the female brain. Her brain cannot tolerate a void. It cannot handle an unanswered question. The questions immediately begin. Did he like me as much as I liked him? Why hasn't he reached out? Did I do something wrong? Did I misread the end of the date? Was that goodbye awkward? Is he seeing someone else? Is he even thinking about me right now? She's not just casually wondering, she's dedicating mental real estate to you. She is actively spending her time and emotional energy trying to solve the you problem. This is absolutely critical to understand. Your goal isn't to be a quick, easy answer that gets filed away in her brain and forgotten. Your goal is to be a compelling question she can't stop thinking about, a puzzle she needs to solve. Every hour she spends trying to figure you out is an hour she is building a deeper emotional stake in you. Every time she checks her phone and doesn't see your name, she thinks about you. Every time a notification pops up and it's not you, you become more present in her consciousness. You are making her chase the answer, and that chase is what creates desire. The pursuit of the unknown is intoxicating. Her energy should be spent on solving you, not on you wasting your energy chasing her. This is the fundamental inversion that high value men understand. They make women invest mental and emotional energy rather than spending their own energy seeking validation. Think about it this way: when something is immediately explained to you, how much do you think about it afterward? Not much. But when something remains mysterious, when you can't quite figure it out, it occupies your mind constantly. That's the power you're harnessing. Mechanism 2: value is driven by scarcity, not availability. What do all things of genuine, lasting value have in common? Whether we're talking about diamonds, rare artwork, exclusive memberships, or limited edition products, they are scarce. They are not overflowing and immediately available to every person who wants them. This is basic economics, but it's also basic human psychology. Your time, your attention, and your emotional stability must be perceived the same way. When you jump to text her within minutes of the date ending, you are signaling unlimited availability. You are telling her, silently but clearly, my time is worthless, and you are the single most important thing in my life right now. So much so that I dropped everything to contact you. I have nothing better to do than to think about you and wait for your response. That is not attractive. That's actually scary. It signals low value, desperation, and a lack of options or purpose. Waiting that 3-day window, 72 hours, is not just a random delay. It's a powerful signal that you are a high demand resource. It tells her, without a single arrogant word, that you have a purpose, a mission, a life that doesn't stop because of a good date. You have work that matters. You have friends who value your time. You have goals that take precedent. You have a world that keeps spinning whether she's in it or not. This is the automatic, silent boost to your value. We are completely destroying the toxic dating equation that society has programmed into us. Availability equals low value. A man who is too easily secured is a man who is too easily discarded. You are telling her, through your actions, I am a man who commands his schedule, not a man whose schedule is commanded by his dating results. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two scenarios. In the first, a man texts immediately after the date, then responds to her messages within seconds, is always available, always free to talk. What does she think? He has nothing going on. I must be his only option. This is too easy. In the second scenario, a man takes 3 days to reach back out. And when he does, he's thoughtful, intentional, and planning the next date with confidence. What does she think? He's been busy. He has a life. He's selective about who he spends time with. He chose to reach out to me. I must have made an impression. See the difference? Same interest level, completely different perception of value. Mechanism 3: the true test is your own emotional regulation. Now, here's the secret most people miss. And this is where the 3-day rule becomes truly transformative. The 3-day rule is actually a tool you use on yourself. It is a test of your own emotional self respect, your discipline, your ability to self regulate. When you feel that desperate urge to text her immediately, that's not pure interest. That's your ego craving validation. You are admitting to yourself, I need her positive response to feel okay about the date and about myself. I need her to confirm that I did well, that I'm attractive, that I'm worthy. You are attaching your self-worth to the outcome, and that is a dangerous, unattractive place to be. The 72-hour wait forces you to step back and re-engage with your own life. You have to focus on your work, your friends, your goals, your mission. You are proving to yourself that you are not going to become overly attached to the result of a single interaction. You are showing yourself that you can maintain your frame, your emotional balance, your sense of self, regardless of her response. The power to resist that urge to text is the power to emotionally regulate yourself. Think about that for a moment. What is more attractive to a woman? A guy who is frantic and tethered to his phone, checking for her response every 5 minutes? Or a guy who is calm, grounded, stable, and centered in his own life? The grounded man wins every single time. This rule is your gym for developing that supreme level of emotional self control. Every time you resist the urge, you're doing a rep. You're building the muscle of self discipline. And that muscle shows up in every area of your life: your career, your friendships, your purpose. Women can sense this. They can feel when a man is emotionally stable versus when he's a needy, validation seeking mess. And they are drawn to stability like a magnet. The accusation and the response. I know what the critics say. I hear the whining objections every single day, and they all come from the same place: insecurity, weakness, and a lack of understanding about how attraction actually works. The objection? This is just manipulative BS. I'm not going to play games. I'm authentic. Number. This is not manipulation. This is the application of reality. It's about respecting the laws of attraction, which exist whether you like them or not. Let me be crystal clear. Manipulation is lying. Manipulation is pretending to be someone you're not. Manipulation is deceiving her about your intentions. This? This is you honestly living your life. High value people are genuinely busy. They have commitments that take priority over sending a follow up text 5 minutes after a date. You are not faking a life you don't have. You are simply asserting that your life is important. And the follow up text, while important, can wait until you have time to properly plan the next date and re engage with intention. It's a tool for self focus, and the positive effect it has on her desire is just the natural byproduct of a man who has his life together. When you have genuine purpose and direction, waiting 3 days isn't a game, it's just reality. You're actually busy building your empire. The objection. What if she thinks I'm not interested and loses interest? What if she moves on? Let me ask you this, and I want you to really think about it. Do you really want a woman whose standards are so low that she requires instantaneous contact to feel secure? Do you want to be in a relationship where you have to constantly reassure her every 5 minutes that you're interested? Do you want a partner who is so insecure that 3 days of silence sends her running? If a woman loses interest because you took 3 days to call and properly plan a second date, then she was never the right fit for your stable, controlled lifestyle. She requires instant gratification and an unnerving level of constant attention. She is filtering herself out, and you should be grateful for it. You should be thanking the 3 day rule for saving you time, energy, and the emotional exhaustion of dealing with an insecure partner. The right woman, the secure, high quality woman with options of her own, will recognize your weight not as disinterest, but as control, maturity, and a sign that you are a high value man who has his priorities straight. She will respect the weight because she respects herself enough to know a valuable man doesn't need to beg for anyone's attention. In fact, I'll go further. The right woman will find your patience attractive. She'll appreciate that you're not like every other desperate guy who bombards her with messages. She'll see you as different, as someone who stands out from the crowd of needy men. The modern objection. But everyone texts right away now. I hear this one constantly. Times have changed. The 3 day rule is outdated. Everyone expects immediate communication now because of smartphones. Wrong. Dead wrong. In fact, the opposite is true. In an era where everyone texts immediately, where instant gratification is the norm, where people expect responses within minutes, standing out by not doing what everyone else does is more powerful than ever. When every other guy is texting her right away, you become memorable by being different. She goes on dates with 5 guys in a month. 4 of them text her immediately. One waits 3 days. Who do you think she's thinking about? Who stands out in her mind? The one who was different, the one who didn't act desperate. Scarcity creates value, and in a world of instant communication, delayed gratification is the ultimate scarcity. It's all about your mindset. Look, it's not about the timer. It's not about counting down 72 hours like some kind of game show. It's about the message it sends, both to her and to yourself. The 3 day rule is not a clock. It is a declaration of your frame and your mindset. It sends a clear, powerful message to her. My life is my priority. I enjoyed our time, and I will be in touch when it aligns with my life and my schedule. I am not desperate enough to rearrange my world for you after one night. I am interested, but I am not needy. And it sends an even more important message to yourself. I am in control of my emotions. I do not need external validation to feel good about myself. I am building a life of value, and dating is something that fits into my life. It doesn't become my life. Every single moment you fight that urge to text her immediately, you are investing in your self respect. You are building your emotional discipline. You are training yourself to be the kind of man who doesn't need anything from anyone, who is complete in himself, who offers value rather than seeks it. That self respect is the foundation of genuine male confidence, and it is the single most attractive thing you can project. I challenge you. Use this rule. Commit to it fully for the next date you go on. See what happens when you give her the necessary space to wonder about you, to miss you, and to emotionally invest in you. Watch what happens when you text her on day 3 with a concrete plan for the next date. You will be astonished at the level of enthusiasm you receive when you finally make contact. The energy will be completely different than if you had texted immediately. The action plan. Here's exactly what you do. Day 1, date night. Have an amazing date. End it well. Leave on a high note. Then go home and put your phone away. Do not, under any circumstances, text her. Days 2 to 3. Live your life. Focus on your work, your goals, your mission. Hit the gym. Spend time with friends. Work on your business. Pursue your purpose. If you think about her, acknowledge it and redirect your focus. Use this time to prove to yourself that you can be emotionally independent. Day 3, reach out with intention. Not just hey or what's up. Come with a specific plan. Hey, name, I've been thinking about our conversation about specific thing you discussed. I'd love to continue that over specific activity this specific day. What does your schedule look like? See the difference? You're showing you were paying attention, you have a plan, and you're moving things forward with confidence. So here we are. The men who master this rule are the men who understand that attraction is not built through availability, it's built through value, mystery, and emotional strength. They understand that the most attractive thing you can be is a man who is complete in himself, who doesn't need anyone else to feel whole. If you accept this challenge, if you are ready to reclaim your confidence and become the high-value man you're capable of being, then hit that like button right now. Let me know in the comments what dating challenge you struggle with the most. Is it neediness, overtexting, or something else? And make sure you are subscribed, because next week, I'm breaking down the single, legitimate exception to the 3-day rule. The only time you should ever text her right away. Trust me, you need to know this, because there are specific situations where waiting would actually hurt you. Remember, a high-value man doesn't chase. He attracts. He doesn't seek validation. He offers value. He doesn't rearrange his life for a woman he just met. He invites her into the life he's already building. Type, I know how to wait in the comments if you're committed to this. I want to see who's ready to level up. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and remember, you are the prize.